Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, let's explore together how to find hope and healing when you're experiencing the overwhelming desire to disappear from life itself. Perhaps you also find yourself lying awake at night thinking, I just want to disappear, or feeling like the weight of existence has become unbearable. Maybe you wake up each morning wondering how you'll get through another day, or you feel like you're invisible to the world while simultaneously wanting to fade away completely. If you're experiencing thoughts of wanting to escape from life itself, please know that these feelings, while incredibly painful, are signals that your mind is seeking relief from overwhelming distress. Before we continue, I want to emphasize that if you're having thoughts of ending your life, please reach out for immediate support. You can contact your local emergency services, call a crisis helpline, or go to your nearest emergency room. Your life has value, and help is available. The feelings you're experiencing right now, no matter how intense, are temporary and can change with proper support. Recent research has revealed evidence-based pathways to help transform this profound suffering into renewed hope and connection to life. Today, we'll explore what the latest scientific studies tell us about these experiences, and we'll learn practical, evidence-based approaches that have helped countless individuals move from wanting to disappear to finding reasons to stay and heal. The scientific community has made remarkable discoveries about the nature of suicidal ideation and the desire to escape from life. Let me share some of these important findings with you. Recent research updated in 2024 demonstrates that thoughts of wanting to disappear or escape from life are markers of significant mental distress that respond well to evidence-based interventions. These experiences are much more common than many people realize, and importantly, they are treatable conditions rather than permanent states. A comprehensive systematic review examining suicide prevention strategies found that cognitive behavioral therapy significantly decreased suicidal behavior risk in adults and adolescents with depression. The research showed that CBT reduced suicide reattempt rates by half compared to standard treatment approaches. This is remarkable evidence that targeted therapeutic interventions can literally save lives and restore hope. Research institutions have identified that approximately 90% of individuals experiencing severe suicidal ideation have diagnosable psychiatric conditions, most commonly major depression, that often go untreated. However, studies consistently show that when appropriate interventions are implemented, individuals can experience substantial improvement in their desire to live and overall quality of life. What's particularly encouraging is research from a university medical center that revealed how training primary care physicians to better screen and treat depression resulted in measurable decreases in suicide rates, non-fatal suicide attempts, and suicidal ideation across entire communities. The study found that healthcare providers in primary care settings encounter 45% of individuals who later attempt suicide within 30 days, and 77% within 12 months. This highlights both the critical importance of early intervention and the reality that help is often more accessible than we realize. Groundbreaking neuroimaging research has provided us with crucial insights into what happens in the brain when someone experiences thoughts of wanting to disappear. Scientists have discovered that suicidal ideation involves specific patterns of brain activity in regions responsible for emotional regulation, decision-making, and pain processing. Most importantly, these brain patterns can be modified through therapeutic interventions. Brain scans show measurable changes in neural connectivity following successful treatment, proving that the brain's capacity for healing and change is remarkable. A research institution's meta-analysis examining internet-based cognitive behavioral therapy found significant reductions in suicidal ideation among participants, with benefits maintained at follow-up assessments. The study demonstrated that structured therapeutic approaches could be effectively delivered through various modalities while maintaining safety and efficacy. This means that even when in-person help feels inaccessible, effective support can still be found. Recent studies on ketamine and esketamine have shown rapid reduction in suicidal ideation, sometimes within hours of treatment. Research teams have documented that these interventions can provide crucial breathing room for individuals in acute distress while longer-term therapeutic approaches take effect. This represents hope for those experiencing severe, immediate distress. Now that we understand what the science tells us, let's explore some practical approaches that research suggests might be helpful. Please remember that these are educational resources, and professional support is essential when dealing with thoughts of wanting to disappear. The first approach involves creating what researchers call a crisis safety plan. This is a personalized strategy that has been shown to reduce suicide attempts by providing structured support during moments of acute distress. Your safety plan should include several key elements. First, identify your personal warning signs of increasing distress. These might include physical sensations like chest tightness or emotional changes like increasing hopelessness. Next, develop internal coping strategies that you can use independently, such as deep breathing exercises, grounding techniques where you focus on your five senses, or listening to specific music that brings comfort. Include social contacts who can provide support during difficult moments. This might be trusted friends, family members, or support group contacts. It's important to have multiple options since people aren't always available. Identify family members or friends who can help create a safer environment by staying with you or removing potential means of self-harm from your immediate environment. List mental health professionals to contact, including their phone numbers and after-hours contact information. Finally, include methods to make your environment safer by removing means of self-harm. This might involve asking someone to temporarily hold medications, remove sharp objects, or change access to other potential dangers. The key to an effective safety plan is creating it during a calmer moment and keeping it easily accessible for times when thinking clearly becomes difficult. The second approach focuses on what researchers call cognitive restructuring for hopelessness. This involves learning to identify and challenge thoughts that contribute to feelings of wanting to disappear. When you notice thoughts like, "Nothing will ever get better," "I'm a burden to everyone," or "The pain will never end," the research suggests examining the evidence for and against these beliefs. Studies show that hopelessness is often maintained by cognitive distortions that make temporary pain feel permanent and universal. For example, when your mind tells you, "Nothing will ever get better," you might challenge this by remembering times when painful situations did improve, even if slowly. When you think, "I'm a burden to everyone," consider asking yourself whether you would view a struggling friend as a burden, or whether you might actually feel honored to help someone you care about. The goal isn't to dismiss your pain or pretend everything is fine, but rather to develop more balanced, realistic thoughts such as, "I'm going through an extremely difficult time right now, and with support, these feelings can change." Research consistently shows that this type of cognitive work, especially when done with professional guidance, can significantly reduce suicidal ideation over time. The third approach involves applying skills from dialectical behavior therapy, which has strong research support for reducing self-harm behaviors and improving emotional regulation. One crucial skill is distress tolerance, which involves learning to survive crisis situations without making them worse through harmful actions. This includes radical acceptance of current pain without acting on harmful urges. Radical acceptance doesn't mean liking your situation, but rather acknowledging the reality of your current pain without fighting against it in ways that increase suffering. Distraction activities can also be helpful during acute distress. These should be activities that require focus and engagement, such as puzzles, creative projects, physical exercise, or detailed cleaning tasks. The goal is to give your mind something to focus on other than the overwhelming pain until the intensity naturally decreases. Self-soothing through safe sensory experiences can also provide relief. This might include taking a warm bath, listening to calming music, using pleasant scents, or wrapping yourself in soft blankets. These activities activate your body's natural comfort systems. Finally, improving the moment through prayer, meditation, encouraging words, or visualization can help create psychological distance from immediate distress. Research demonstrates that these skills, when practiced consistently, significantly reduce self-harm behaviors and improve emotional regulation over time. The fourth approach focuses on social connection rebuilding, even when you feel like disappearing from everyone and everything. Studies show that social connection is one of the strongest protective factors against suicidal ideation. Even when motivation is completely absent, maintaining minimal social contact can be life-saving. This might involve sending brief text messages to trusted friends, just to maintain some thread of connection. You don't need to explain your struggles in detail. Even simple messages like, "Thinking of you," can help maintain important relationships. Try to attend one social activity per week, even when motivation is absent. This could be as simple as going to a coffee shop, attending a support group, or participating in a community activity. The goal isn't to feel better immediately, but to maintain some connection to the world outside your pain. Consider participating in online support communities with others who understand similar struggles. Many people find comfort in connecting with others who truly understand the experience of wanting to disappear. These communities can provide validation, hope, and practical coping strategies. Volunteering for causes that create meaning beyond personal pain can also be helpful when you're ready. Many people find that helping others provides a sense of purpose that helps counteract feelings of worthlessness or meaninglessness. The fifth approach involves engaging with professional support, which research consistently shows dramatically improves outcomes for individuals experiencing thoughts of wanting to disappear. Establish regular contact with mental health professionals who specialize in suicidal ideation. This might include therapists trained in cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavior therapy, or other evidence-based approaches. Regular professional support provides both safety monitoring and skill development. Consider partial hospitalization or intensive outpatient programs during acute phases. These programs provide intensive support while allowing you to maintain some normal routine. They can be especially helpful during transitions or particularly difficult periods. Explore medication options, including rapid-acting treatments for severe depression. As we discussed earlier, treatments like ketamine and esketamine can provide rapid relief for some individuals, while traditional antidepressants and other medications can provide longer-term stability. Participate in group therapy with others who have similar experiences. Many people find tremendous relief in discovering they're not alone in their struggles and learning from others who have found ways to move from wanting to disappear to wanting to live. The sixth approach involves meaning-making and future orientation, which research indicates significantly reduces suicidal ideation over time. Try to identify small reasons for living each day, even if they seem insignificant to others. This might be wanting to see how a book or TV series ends, caring for a pet, not wanting to hurt someone you love, or simply curiosity about what tomorrow might bring. These small anchors to life can be surprisingly powerful during dark periods. Create short-term goals that provide structure and purpose. These should be small and achievable, such as completing a creative project, learning a new skill, or planning a small trip. The goal is to have something to look forward to, even if it's modest. Consider writing letters to your future self during moments of clarity to read during dark times. These letters can remind you of your reasons for living, your hopes for the future, and your inherent worth when depression makes these things difficult to remember. Explore spiritual or philosophical frameworks that provide comfort and context for suffering. This doesn't necessarily mean religion, but rather any belief system that helps you understand your place in the world and provides hope for meaning beyond current pain. Let me summarize the key points we've discussed today, as these will also appear on your screen for easy reference. First, crisis safety planning provides structured support during acute distress. Having a written plan that you create during calmer moments can literally save your life during crisis periods. Second, cognitive restructuring helps challenge hopeless thoughts with realistic alternatives. The thoughts that fuel despair are often distorted and can be examined and modified with proper techniques. Third, professional intervention dramatically improves outcomes for suicidal ideation. You don't have to face these struggles alone, and trained professionals have effective tools to help. Fourth, social connection serves as powerful protection against wanting to disappear. Even minimal contact with others can provide crucial support during difficult periods. Fifth, dialectical behavior therapy skills reduce self-harm and improve emotional control. These practical techniques can help you survive crisis moments without acting on harmful urges. Sixth, meaning-making activities create reasons for living beyond current pain. Finding purpose, even in small things, can provide the motivation to continue when everything feels hopeless. The overwhelming desire to disappear reflects profound pain that your mind is trying to escape, but this pain is temporary even when it feels permanent. Research consistently shows that with appropriate support, evidence-based treatment, and time, individuals can move from wanting to disappear to finding renewed connection with life and hope for the future. You deserve support, your pain is valid, and help is available to guide you through this difficult period toward healing and recovery. The feelings you're experiencing right now, no matter how intense, can change with proper care and support. You matter, your life has value, and there are people trained to help you through this darkness toward light. If today's discussion provided any support or hope, please consider hitting the like button. If you'd like to continue learning about mental health and evidence-based approaches to healing, we'd be honored to have you subscribe to our channel. Most importantly, if you're struggling with thoughts of wanting to disappear, please reach out for professional help. You deserve support, and recovery is possible. Thank you for listening until the end today, and please take care of yourself.